a small business. It's still a small business, but it was just starting. And so she developed really close relationships with not only the owner, but the owner's wife and his family. And honestly, that is red flag number one for anyone out there looking for a job. If it's a small business, if it's a business where they hire a lot of family members, like this business was composed of 90% like cousins, friends, mothers, aunts, brothers, sisters, sister-in-laws, like, and so that really should have been the first red flag, but I digress. So she starts as a janitorial technician, and my mom is such a hard worker that they quickly realized she did her job. She always went above and beyond, exceeded expectations, and they're like, you know what, we need you to train other people to clean the way that you do. Became a supervisor, then, you know, like a trainer. She started training other people, so she became a trainer. Then they're like, you know what, we have these other trainers, like, you need to train the trainers so that your cleaning methods can be widespread throughout our company, and that all of our cleaning technicians can start cleaning like you. And so she becomes a supervisor of all the trainers who are like training the cleaning technicians. And so she starts getting higher and higher and higher in the food chain until she finally reaches the glass ceiling. Like, you're not the owner, you're not like related to the boss. And this is another story time for another day, but I worked there for two months, and then I skedaddled. It was the worst job experience I've ever had in my life. It's another story time for another day. But where was I going with this? The point is, made her way up, hit a glass ceiling. Above her was like the COO, and then the CEO slash owner himself. So she got as high up as she could. This company is really sexist. I can say that from experience. Very sexist, very racist, and this company is owned by minorities who are, and I can say this with complete confidence, they are so ashamed to be minorities. They're like wannabe whites, and I don't say that to say like what I mean by that is, let me tell you guys this little story time. I remember I went to eat out with coworkers from this place in the short little 2 months that I worked there, and my cousin, who was a waitress, taught me that after you finish eating, if you stock up all the plates and put it at the edge of the table for the waitress to just like, waiter or waitress to just like pick it up and leave, like, that was a really sweet gesture to do. It's just something really polite. It's kind of like, you know, be a good human and make someone's job a little better, make someone's day a little brighter, you know. So narcissistic and a gaslighter. That's what she is. But anyway, and she's like, oh yeah, HR said that by doing that it makes you look poor. Being a nice person makes you look poor. Okay. And I was like, I looked at her and she looked at me, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how does that make sense? And I just continued doing my thing. But like those kinds of little comments where they would judge other people of the same race and ethnicity, and I get it. Like, I make fun of other Mexicans, like, oh, like that's paisa, but like in a joking way. It's like, oh my gosh, te gusta esa música? Like, you like that music? Like, oh, like that's so paisa, but like no, or like just making fun of stereotypes. And I get that, but I'm not serious. Like my boyfriend, he's black and he makes fun of some black people. It's not serious, but the way that they said it, the way that they judged others was very much like, oh, I hate their type of race because they're very much like this and that, and I'm like, I can't stand them. And then once they show up in their face, they're like, oh my goodness, hi, I missed you so much, like, you're the best person in the entire world, and I love you. Like, so fake, so two-faced. I can't stand them. Just talking about them makes me want to like, oh. But anyway, let me get to the tea. So eventually they stole my mother's keys, which my best friend also worked there, and then she got fired. Another story time. This is different. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a series. If you guys really want this to be a series, we can make this a series. But the point is, they stole my mom's keys, and I told my mom, like, Ma, you need to leave. Like, they're stealing her stuff now. This is getting serious. And before that, the amount of harassment, hate comments, they would like talk smack about her English and her accent. Like, they were so mean to her when all she did was spend 6 years of her life caring for the company, like trying to help it, and it was a loyal employee, almost to a fault, very much to a fault actually. But anyway, finally convinced her, like, please, like, they're stealing her stuff. This is getting serious. Like, I fear for her safety. Like, that's how bad it got. She finally listened to me, and she quit. She was unemployed for a few days, but she, as soon as other cleaning companies realized that they let my mom go, everyone was like, oh my gosh, like, please, like, come with us. Like, what happened with them? Like, why did they let you go? Like, I bet you they were reaching out to that owner, like, of that small business. Like, why did you let her go? Like, what happened? And so my mom got hired by another company pretty quickly. They told her, name your price, name your position, and she did. Now she's gonna be COO of another company, making like X amount more, making a lot more, with bonuses, with a non-toxic work environment. Like, my mom is living the life. But about this company, Meriwa, do we say Meriwa? Meriwa. Is my tea drinkable yet? Oh wow, we're already at 13 minutes. Oh yeah. I love tea. Sorry about that. So, Meriwa, like I said, was a small business. So whenever they had a contract, a cleaning contract in another state, because they were off of here in Illinois, they would hire subcontractors. group chat. And this is not the first time. This is not the first time that I had someone come to me about the founder and CEO of Meriwa. Like, that guy is all like smiles and fake motivation, and he is. I saw through his BS as soon as I started working there, and my mom held him in such high regard. As soon as I saw that guy, I was like, ew. she got